4 as that one gets loose. But there's 30 seconds. Blaz pops the head off of Yoga, and, well, they're not going to waste any time. They have a 4 versus 2. They have the hatch. Is a bit of a back and forth, but they've actually rotated their way out in the chaos. There, Nuez has been able to isolate the players that went for the cross. They're inside the other side at this point, but they've sort of gone maybe a little bit too deep. The cover is there from Doki, watching for an engagement that he can't quite get snap blocked shut. And now the fight of the way out of green, it just leaves. Blaz in the middle, it's a bit of an awkward gun to manipulate, goes to the secondary. Is he gonna find his second on it? No, and I mean, obviously they lost the hatch. There was the control there, retaken. Good, so precise, so succinct, and so deadly. The drop there, Uno has the crossfight. Doki does go down. It's another 4 versus 2. We know how the last one went, but it seems like they're more focused on killing rather than an objective right now.
Yeah, they have the numbers as well, and they have the positions to do that, but yet again, it is starting to slightly slip away as Gomez finds 2. This time, though, Plant is going to go down. There's no way that Gomez can cancel this. 45 seconds will be counting as Blaz is going to find the final kill. G2 is going to be able to find the trade. And if you're fighting there by the inch of a bullet to come through as Laura shuts him down and Diaz finds Blaz.
40 seconds, 3 versus 2, but a lot of damage done to pretty much everybody still standing. Yoga on the slow creep up blue stairs. They're well aware of it though, and Yoga actually just leaves. 20 seconds, he's not gonna risk. Oh no, he double steps! He gets the head at 1, he gets the head at 2! Alamau! All that's left here, worried about the fight behind him, but he's also got a fight in front of him, and one with a kid on the floor as well. He's just steadying his way through, but OXG are giving him nothing. And they will also get nothing. Gonna hold the plant, but it's an easy cleanup for Diaz. At this point, it has to be the pressure. They're gonna see if they can stop people getting close enough to loosen, but it just takes one connection for that kit to go cold in a devastating position. Alamau is on the long watch on the drone, but as soon as somebody tries to sort of get boots on the ground, it's gonna get picked up. The swing on the cover, Alamau goes down, and then there is that C4 that'll dictate the action here. 4 versus 3 versus 4 versus 3. Traded back and forth because Loira pops off for a triple. Hits the hatch and goes in the secondary. Can he get it? No, but it's a plant. Off the back of the heroics of Loira. Hat wears it atop and puts them in the 1 versus 1, but he knows he's got to fight here. Uno versus Hat. One of the oldest guns versus one of the newest here. And they're playing a juggling game of time, of pressure, of awareness. The flash will get thrown out towards it. He avoids it, and he's gonna drop down, find the fight, but 18 seconds. Uno, he's playing this cautiously. He's sticking, Hat's holding on. Uno's got a swing, and he finds it at the end.
Good job, bro. 2 bodies trying to respond to it. That opens up an opportunity for G2 to start putting pressure on an other side of the map. And Uno's going to be using that. He's going to be using those talent shields to start working himself towards the side, slowly but steadily, and start to creep out some of those angles. As Yoga will find Alamau, though, so that's a bit of pressure now suddenly gone. He finds himself below, though, so that's a very crucial factor as one more drops on the side itself.
That's it. They're able to keep their self rolling, but 30 seconds and the rotate's coming back round to the top. Loira, the man who saved the round with the drive last time, is caught out by Diaz. Well aware, watching, and the pop over the mirror window isn't quite as effective as a well-timed C4. Leaving just Blaz, gets the first. The second swings on, and the hold in Janitors with the mirror windows just proves a bit too tricky to crack open. What is Loira going to try here? The flash is perfectly threaded, and there's the spray, the connection onto 1, but he gets caught out by the second and the third. Gomez ties it on, the shield, the clash operating and slowing Doki, and it's just a bit of an execution towards the end. OXG tied 2 rounds in a row. Survived, I assume. There's some sort of structure. There is the Kiva barricade on the back. Now it will break, but the smoke downs the player. There's 1, there's 2, no! If it had just shot, but we get that benefit and they do not now. OXG trades out. Didn't know about Doki's position, now they do. And a 4 versus 2. Hat hurt either side. The swing is Doki's to pick up. What's the connection with Diaz, who's just dropped towards the bottom, but even Alamau stepped in now, offering support to his teammate, tearing the head. But the mirror window is gone.
I think the C4 actually blew up the X-Kairos mid-air, because you just let him hang out there, hide away. The 5-on-3, the S goes down, and Nitrocell will kill Alamau. There's a bit of a hope. Suddenly we're in a 2v2 situation. Yoga together with the Kali. I mean, this shield is in a perfect opportunity now to get the injure onto Uno. No! He gets knifed. He didn't check the right corner. And Hat in a 1v2. He's been there before. Needs to clutch it out. The SPS MG9 in a 1v2.
I mean, at this point, in the middle of this fight, it's a tough gun to manipulate, but his main's even tougher, Doki. Puts that round an accident. And there, yellow pinged, but it's sprayed through the sofa. Uno caught on a drone, and Nuez gets the swing from Loira. A 5 versus 3 onto open is actually a jump out, but traded by a Claymore. So technically doesn't really affect too much, but 2 versus 4. You have the glass, you have that first pick, but you've utilized all your smoke canisters. Although leaving just Alamau alone, he's also used all of his. It's a bit of a close down on his position and his space. He bought himself some time, but with a minute, can he buy himself the kills needed? Doesn't get the player going for the plant. At this point, he has to fight his way across 3. But they fight their way back into the lead, 5-4.
There's also
the bees and the player inside. The Goyo canister will stop them moving around the swing, but it's Alamau that suffers against Hat. Inside vault, 4 versus 5, 25 seconds though. So they still need to try and move on the back of this, and Diaz does, gets Blaz. Doki, he doesn't really know which way to look because these holes in the defense have appeared. They haven't dropped, and Diaz gets a double. They go for the first fight and can't connect it. OXG wrapped around and left the sole player. There's 1 for Loira. There's 2. Almost gets a third, but they slip their way into garage.
Let's go!
Oh, towards the location of the players inside the site is proved distracting for G2.
There's a worry about a potential under jump out. Loira is thinking, oh, he's 4-4, go for it in the meantime. Gets 1, gets 2, and basically shuts down his round.
4 versus 2, Loira, and well, he should get picked up and does. 30 seconds. Diaz and Nuez have to try and go for kills here because the kit is outside, far, far away, and they will not make it anywhere close in time. They know someone's about to head up. There's a C4 ripped and ready, I believe, to come over the top. It doesn't get the catch, but the player in the elevator will. At this point, Diaz is doing his best for a quad, but they do not have the kit. Alamau just has to survive and hide and get out of there, and they are trying desperately to find him, but he's chilling at his desk, getting his work done, and getting G2 around. Might separate us from map 2 or OT. Still checking, still testing, still teasing the idea of a push and a swing as we start to hear the Candelas and the Grimbies pop off. It's attention on towards the hatch. A bit of a burn, but they don't actually drop behind it this time. They don't want to get themselves caught on the back end of a smoke. There goes Gomez now, following through when he realizes he's not going to get swung. The pressure on the back of Vault Hatch might be followed here behind you. Well, it's one out by Hat. And now 10 seconds. They're caught in a crossfire. Nuez has to try and fight their way across. Gomez gets Alamau, but the plant needs to come through. It's a 2 versus 3 versus 2 versus 1. Doki, all that's left, just has to survive, and he can't. Nuez screamed his way through, across red, across the sides, and across G2. OXG steal away G2's bank.
Going to be in control of the side of Oxygen as well. They're going to be aware of where these players are, and Loira will be shut down as a result of it. And there you have it. Suddenly that road just falls apart. There's 40 seconds left though, and there's not a lot of control for the side of Oxygen on the side itself. Still a lot of work to do, but at least they have the man advantage.
That's it, and at this point, what are they going to opt for? Well, pressure on cargo stairs and the drop down the warehouse hatch seems to be the MO, and there's that hack camera, the reveal of the positions. They know exactly where the players are, and now they're going to fight against them. There it is. The impact round, the swing for 1. There's 2, it's the shooting gallery. Either side, the pressure can't quite come quick enough. And they did not have enough time and space. G2, built on the back of wasting time above, take the first.
But also
final close down. Alamau gets the first, and once again, Nurse is knocked out of the round before it can really come to blows. Loira partially blinded, and Uno holding on ready and steady to rock and roll. Swings wide on towards Gomez, outside. of the walkway breach, and Loira wants to double dip and does. Finds one as Uno punctuates his point, and a flawless from G2.
Exactly what I said.
And some frustrations after round 1 and 2, but he is getting them out of his system on the third. 45 seconds, and they get themselves in for an execute.
Great opener from him, indeed, finding himself with those 2 kills. Uno though strikes back before Yoga finds one, and suddenly the kid is down cold now. 30 seconds. G2 just need to chill at this point. They know that the diffuser needs to be picked up, and LMAO will go down. It's only up to Uno now in that 1v2.
Well, he's deep, and they've been able to get themselves around the side. They're probably going to tuck plant close to the right-hand side. That's where Yoga has gone, so there's a single body of cover, and well, Uno's going to go on the rotate round towards Cargo, try and stop the plant. He's a little bit too late, but he can't get Diaz either.
Right, like he knows exactly what they're going to do to try and lean into it as Loira finds himself another kill.
Whilst being hot drone.
Yeah, I mean, they know that they're upstairs. They know they have to take him down, but he's just not giving up. And he's having an incredible game.
Alamao's here for support as well. He's inside the connector, watching and waiting, and he could take the hatch drop, but he doesn't want it because Blaz is also here. That was from underneath. They have just walked into a loop line trap.
Great opportunity to do so. Newer stuck in a goo mine's going to be hurt. He's rotating back out the building, going over towards the blue side stairs, hoping to put a bit of pressure on. They know Doki's in that corner. They're going for the challenge, not quite connecting. They need to go there. There's 10 seconds left, and as Diaz finds one, LMAO trades, leaving it only up to Blaz. He's about on 1 HP. He needs to find 2, but he won't. Newers is going to shut it down, and Oxygen to find their second round.
Let's go.
Where all of them are, as Laura does finally get shut down. The one thing I'm worrying about, though, is they have Newers on the IQ, yet they're not finding these Valkyrie cameras that are giving away the opportunity. LMAO, in the meantime, rotated up, takes down a flank throw, gives away his position in that case, and you already see some movements up top, but he's also getting the information. But my question is, why did Newers not take down these Valkyrie cameras?
Yoga gets Doki, and Newers goes for the fight outside. Blaz finds Hatton. Well, who's going to win this showdown? There's Alamaow looking through the floor, and he pre-fires either side. Newers round the back. They are so close to this engagement, but it's Alamaows to win. G2. They secure themselves the 4-2.
Trying to find an extra opening to work with here, and Alamaow is going to be key for that. He's going to play around on that nuke, trying to find himself inserted into the backline. And if he finds a kill for him, but it's instead Doki that finds through. Definitely the opening is there for G2 now to keep pulling the trigger.
5 to 1 to 4, but still, when you have all of G2 charging at you.
Let's go, Doki!
By the bulletproof camera. And as the drone is now trying to get some information, okay, they know that part of the map is clear. He can start pushing up. Hey, look, someone's rotating up the staircase. And that gives LMAO the opportunity to basically start hunting on the sides. But Laura goes down.
That leaves just Alamaow, and well, he gets revenge on Gomez, but Gomez can take a rest with his heroic efforts on this site and this hold already. A player above and a player directly on the kit. At this point, he's fighting into a dead end. And a well-watched one at that.
Starting to put some pressure on. Makes his position now as Doki starts flooding the site with the rest of G2.
They're in, they're going for the plant, and they're just like, oh, you have vertical? So do we. Newers and Hat do get one apiece, but a post-plant situation as Blaz takes that vertical right back, caught out. Hopping in, and now Hat on the wrong side of his own soft. Gets a freebie. Is he going to try and confirm it, though? I mean, Doki is just watching this from above. It's technically a 1 versus 1. Doki's not going to risk the pick back up at this point because, well, he knows he can't make it. The C4. Oh, it's bait. Luring him in. And missing him. 15 seconds. There's the spray, and he gets it! And he might have been frustrated at the start of the round in the cams, but that sure put a smile on his face.
Oh my God.
They're trying to up the pressure a little bit, but there's nothing coming down from the side of jungle. That is staying close. Uno now going into mezzanines as well. Shots are being exchanged as Laura finds yet another, but the trades just keep coming through. This is a one-dimensional push coming in, Emmy.
I mean, that's it. Directly in towards IT. A 4 versus 3 at this point. Nope, make that a 4 versus 2. As there's an easy swing round against Blaz now. They've pulled themselves back. OXG repositioned themselves brilliantly to just allow this execute. Everything is now, oh, you are probably going to enter here, so we've taken a step back, and the man with the premonitions.
Let's go!
Didn't see that coming. But at this point, G2 on this basement attack, on this basement approach, things are falling away from them. They cannot find a single bit of joy anywhere here.
Nothing is being given to them. And as another one falls, it's Doki and Blast trying to stop Oxygen from reaching map and series point. Doki finding Newers, opens it up. Ooh. Blast almost finding himself with a second. As the time keeps on ticking down, I mean, there is no control. This is basically just a kill game that G2 has to play out for the rest of this round.
Trying to tiptoe their way around the danger and find one of these loose players. The pings are there and they get it encircled with a minute, but it is still a 3 versus 2 and there's still Yoga on the top floor. And they are just as aware, the pressure on towards EXO. They move in on the hatch itself. Blaz suffers. Doki's found a fight elsewhere. It's 2-1 versus 1s. If Yoga makes the move, then suddenly they can tip that balance. But there is Blaz getting one, and there's that vertical. Blaz inside. They need to try and look at this fight here. There's Doki, can't make it to trade out OXG.
One more fucking round, let's go. One clean round.
G2 to get this single kill, and they just can't get it pinned down. Blaz just hops in, goes for the plant, secured some cover, and Alamau making the second stick. Uno watching for the doors, waiting, but Alamau has gone down below. There's Uno getting one. Hat finishes them off. 4 versus 2, and the C4 goes, but they do get down at the same second. If that can be called and confirmed, it would leave just Hat. When has he been in this situation before? How about the last time he clutched it out? Everything to do here and a lot less to do it with. They are well aware of Hat's position. The first fight takes a lot out of him. The second is the end, and we are in OT. They go for the drop on the hatch. They're going towards the default plant on the wall. There's another Goyo canister popped in this situation. They're trying to open up angles above. It's a bit of a spread hold here, and the plant's being secured. They're well aware of it. Are they going to try and get the cover? The C4 is good. 3 against 3, and they're just going to pick up immediately. And again, trust the cover. It's going to be a very important swing, but Yoga gets the plant in 9 seconds, and a 2 versus 2. They have to scream their way in towards this engagement. Can they keep their player protected? No is the answer, but he can't find the last. As close as it could be. Not. And you have to be the one that reacts to it. The Maverick opens up the angles, just makes these positions trickier to play, can roll the flashes through. They're baiting this crossfire, the pressure on, but Newers, he's the one that wants to try and get this next engagement. Look at the time, though. 30 seconds left. Doki might be that first point of cause here. They want to try and make sure Doki cannot swing onto this. They're hoping it goes to the window, but it's the vertical of Loira. Operates, activates, drops 2 players. Hat goes down on the window as well. Yoga still has the kit. Diaz is still standing, but Hat was outside, so there's no way they're getting him up. Alamau finds Diaz, and that is G2 taking us all the way. Sort of series point twice here on this map, and G2 just cannot get the close downs on their attack. Slower and steadier. They're playing this with less of the surprise elements they had before. Alamau, as bold as an Ash can be, is that break on the shield position. They're in, they're blind, and there's Doki round the back. They're moving on for a second, and they get it. Yoga does find Doki before Alamau, but Gomez pops up and gets Alamau. They lose the shield, they lose Blaz. Oh, in fact, Uno, he's the one still going, and he's knocked down the Elamine. Loira, the big factor for G2. The man who's had so many clutch moments, so many multi-kills, he's gone. OXG had one of the best days of Siege they will ever have and ever remember, and it is the start of their final drive towards that live stage. The day they have knocked down Shopify Rebellion, they have knocked down G2, and they are hungry for more.